what other advice would you give to a mother of multiple?
Um, Definitely seek support. My NICU journey was extremely difficult for me. It's something that, as I went to a trip of quadruplet moms this past week, we all talked about like some of the trauma that we have, some of the things that you try to put behind you, but it's going to live with you forever. And so for me, it's definitely one of those where I wish I would have been more aware of the support that is out there for parents who are, who have babies in the NICU. Sometimes you become so narrow minded in your baby, their health, getting them out of there, making sound decisions, that it's hard for you to take care of yourself. And that's something I struggle with, firsthand. There was days where, you know, today is baby A who's getting surgery, and just as I'm processing that, I'm being hit with, hey, we got to transfuse baby C, and baby B is about to have heart surgery as well. And so it constantly felt like I was being hit by a pile of bricks, and I did not have the time to process those feelings and emotions and seek support. And I do remember, like, at one point, one of the psychologists that goes around the NICU, she's like, you've never called for me, but I hear you have quadruplets, so I could just imagine what you must be going through. Like, I think it's very important for you to seek support. And I was like, ma'am, I have to meet with cardiologist this afternoon. I have to meet with a surgeon tonight. Like, I don't have time for that. And as I noticed that, I'm like, I never took the time to take care of myself. And that's one of my biggest regret from the NICU journey. And I wish parents will, if anybody's going to go through that, it's not only, hey, you also need the help. It's not just your baby who's there. You also need to take care of your mental health.
It's absolutely not unusual. We have a tendency to, focus our time and attention on our babies and like, well, once we get through this, whatever through this
Right.
looks like that, yeah, we'll take care of ourselves at some point in time. And we hear from a lot of parents making requests for mentors well after they've come home from the hospital.
Right.
Um, because actually, over time, uh, the hospital actually provides a lot of support. And then, they help out with a lot of the needs that our baby or babies have. And we transition home. It's not as if they're just all better.
Right.
They still have their own challenges with their particular journey, but you've now returned to the world, and the
Right.
world thinks that, well, you know, your baby is now, at the expected delivery date, so I assume everything's okay, but things are not often. There, it's the roller coaster continues, and then you have to integrate back in to life, into the world. And so trying to do that with the additional responsibilities that oftentimes with prematurity, as I share, it's not a diagnosis, it's an occurrence. And only time will tell what needs, if any, our baby or babies may need. And so, being able to have other parents, especially from a peer support perspective, just to be able to bounce ideas and just to be able to listen. And, sometimes it's a shoulder to cry on, or it's a ear for advice, or, it can be all sorts of different ways that the support can be there. And I completely understand why it can feel like, why it can be difficult to ask for that help and for that support. So, that's why we have, a care package program and a mobile app and our mentors. We have all these different ways of parents. Maybe one of those ways might be an entryway, into support. And
Right.
I think of Graham's Foundation as part of a net. Your NICU psychologist is part of that net. There is a net of support that's there, even if you are not aware of it. And hopefully, at some point in time, if you feel that you do need that help, that you're able to tap into that net of support. we created Parents of Preemies Day, really just to recognize and honor the parents.
For me, it's very important to give more back because I'm now in a position to be able to do it. I made a post last week for my birthday, and I talked about how different it is this birthday from last birthday, like Nicholas was saying. Where this time last year, I was in a deep hole of depression that it
Mm.
felt like I was never going to be out of. And so it's so nice to be able to be on the other side and not only take it for granted, but also give back to other parents. So that's why this means a lot, but it's not enough. And so anything I can do, I will always be more than happy to.
It means a lot to us too, Raquel. We're very thankful for you and for your support for parents and professionals at the NICU. So, well, thank you for both being here today, and happy Parents of Preemies, happy Mother's Day to everyone. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time.